Hi, so this is a basic demonstration of what my procedural level generation tool can do. It was inspired by a technique called Snappable Meshes, which was created by a team at Lusófona University, and I will include a link to their GitHub repo of the tool that they developed and their paper as well in the description below, so you can have a look at that. I've based my project on that, but extended some functionality, included some other cool things to make it more user-friendly and pertain to the level designer and artist who can quickly prototype levels and kind of just experiment with different layouts and that. Hopefully this is a tool that can accelerate the production of high quality level design. But yes, I'll quickly show you how this works. So we've got all these objects in here. We'll use these to generate a really basic level. But just to show, kind of demonstrate what these actually do. So you've got these objects and you can attach these different connectors to any object you want, and as many as you want. Great. So you can change like the color, the shape, how many pins are on each connector. If you want to change that to 5, then you've got a visual of what that would look like. You can change the spacing for them as well, which is really cool. So we'll just put that back to 1 and put that back to 0.25. Cool. So this is how they will snap together to other objects. If we come back out here, we can look at the generation editor. You can change quite a few rules in here to change how the level will be generated. You can change things like the name, how many failures can be made between different connectors before it's like, okay, this is the level that you're getting. You can change the model type. These are important because each will give you a different layout. So the arena is better for like open world, branch is better for like cave systems, labyrinthian layouts, corridor more like just running back and forth, capture the flag. Star is similar to branch, but you can't change how many times it branches off from the main level of generation. Okay, so if I show you the branch working first, actually, we'll say we'll give it 10 branches. Down here, you've got the color array. You can create as many of these as you want. So if you have different levels, you can have different color relationships happening. You've got these parameters here. You can change it to match the colors, match the number of pins, the pin shape, or all three, combination, up to you. So down here is the databases. You can create as many of these as you want and populate them with the different assets you want to use for creating the big giant jigsaw of a level. So I will show you using these primitive objects here, which I've stored into this database there. So we have the color array, we have the database, all that's set up so we can generate the level. And as you can see here, I'll turn off these gizmos because there's a lot of them, but you can see how they can connect. We'll maximize this, and you can see that it's created a labyrinth-like area, which you could have a player running about. The colliders are active, so theoretically, yes, you can just pop a wee player in there, and as long as it's functional, you can just run around, which is cool. So really quick level in a few seconds or less. So if we get rid of this, we can change this back to arena. I'll showcase this one as well, and let's change this to a desert array. So I have a database set up with desert objects, and we'll generate that using the arena. This might take a second for my camera to allow me to move. Yep, right, cool. But you can see that has just generated this massive area that has all of our colliders active, and you could have a player running around in here. If I turn on the gizmos and go underneath, you can see where all the red connectors are attached to the ground, so it will just continuously expand outwards, and then some objects have connectors on top of them of varying colors where it will spawn these different pillars and all that, which is really awesome. So you can do like open world areas with this, and it will be a different generation every time, or maybe very similar, unless you use the seed value and then tell it to use the seed value, then it will generate the same level twice. As long as you don't alter the database, then it'll be the same level. But you can also save them as JSON files and then reload them later. Again, as long as you don't alter the database, then it will be the same. So last thing, which is really cool, is that I've been working on a prototype feature where you can paint connectors onto objects. So say you wanted to have a starting object for an open world. Say we've got this massive terrain here. Awesome. If we turn on the gizmos, you can see all these different connectors on the terrain. That would be absolutely barbaric to just be sitting there dragging one connector out there at a time, or like doing a few, then duplicating them and dragging them about. Let's, make it easier. You'd want to be a bit more specific than that. So if we open this up and just get rid of the connectors that are there, lock this in place and put it back to 0, 0, 0. Cool. So if we go back to the generation editor, you can see that I've set a brush size to 75 and the density value to 500. Let's put that up to 1000. Cool. Toggle the painter connector tool. Once it's toggled, you can hover over the terrain and see that there's this absolutely massive circle. So that's our brush size. And we've got a density value of 1000, so let's just click on here. You can see it mass places the connectors in random locations. Awesome. It also takes into account the altitude that you are painting these connectors as well, which is really cool. Obviously, in the future, I'm hoping to have different brush presets and all that. But yes, ideally, like if you put the brush size down to 1, density value down to 1, then you can just be clicking and putting in connectors on anything that has a collider, which is really cool. So if we override this just to apply what we've just done there, we can get rid of this. I've set this up now so you can just like add that object to this to be a starting object, so it'll take that into account. If we want to do like a forest area with different rocks and stuff like that, then we could do that. So use our nature environment, and this is the color connection combination for that database. If we go and generate that now, but I will turn off the gizmos. Generate. Boom. Massive area, seconds or less, with high quality meshes. And you've got different basic ruins and stuff like that, and that's that. Like the only thing that's kind of missing is grass, but this is really cool. Like within seconds, and you've created this. So this is really expansive. You can do what you want with this, but this is just like a really quick example of what it can do. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed.